5,300 years ago, a man died high in the Alps. The snow covered him, the ice froze him, and it kept him almost perfectly preserved. We call him Ötzi. We know what he ate, what he wore, how he died. But when the scientists looked inside of him, they found something still there. Worms. A whole colony of them, living in his gut. He carried them for years. And here's the part nobody expects. He was already trying to kill them. So what did ancient humans know about the things living inside of them? It's actually more than you'd think. Here's something uncomfortable to sit with. For most of human history, you were never truly alone. Something was almost always living on you, or in you. Lice in your hair, fleas on your skin, and worms inside your gut. This wasn't rare. It was normal. Nearly everyone had something. We know this because the evidence survives. In ancient toilets, in ancient graves, scientists found some eggs, and they were still intact after thousands of years. One worm alone can lay 20,000 eggs a day and live in your body for up to 5 years. Ancient humans could not see them. They had no microscopes, no idea what a parasite was, but they could feel the effects. The stomach pain, the exhaustion, the itching. And they were desperate to make it stop. The question was, how? Let's go back to Ötzi, because he tells us something remarkable. When they examined his gut, they found whipworm, a parasite that causes stomach pain and diarrhea. But they also found what he was carrying. In his belongings, there was fungus, birch polypore. At first, scientists thought it was random. Then they tested it. That fungus contains a compound that actually kills whipworm. Let that sink in. A man 5,300 years ago was carrying the exact thing that could fight the exact parasite inside of him. And it wasn't just the fungus. In his stomach, they found fern, bracken fern, which also expels intestinal worms. 2 different remedies for the exact same problem. This wasn't luck. Ötzi's people knew which plants fought the things that was making them sick. They didn't know about worms, but they knew what made the pain go away. And somewhere, that knowledge had been passed down. But not every culture got it right. Jump forward to ancient Rome. The Romans were obsessed with their health. They had public baths, plumbing, doctors, and they had a theory about where worms came from. They weren't completely wrong. Roman doctors believed worms appeared out of nothing. That rotting food that was under heat simply just turned into worms. No eggs, no source, just spontaneous creation. So, their treatments followed that logic. They tried to rebalance the body's humerus. They changed diets. They drained blood. They prescribed bitter medicines to cool the body down. None of it killed the worms, because the whole idea was built on a mistake. And here's the truly strange part. The Romans bathed constantly. They were the cleanest people in the ancient world. You would think they would have fewer parasites. They didn't. Roman parasites were just as common as in Vikings who almost never bathed. Just as common as the filthy medieval towns. All those baths. All that plumbing. And it made no difference. Why? Because the Romans did 2 things that spread parasites. The first thing they did is that they fertilized their crops with human waste. That put parasite eggs right back onto their food. The second thing they did, they loved fermented fish sauce. It was on everything. It was like their ketchup. But it was often made from raw, uncooked fish, which carried fish tapeworm. Their favorite condiment was feeding them parasites. The Romans thought cleanliness was about looking clean. They would scrub their skin, they soaked in bath, but the real danger was invisible. It was in the food. It was in the water. It was in their soil. and no amount of bathing could reach it. Still, they did invent one tool that actually worked. On the outside of the body, the enemy was lice, and ancient humans fought lice with a simple weapon, the comb. But it wasn't just a normal comb. It was a delousing comb, with incredibly fine teeth, packed so tightly together that they dragged the lice and eggs out of the hair. Archaeologists have found these combs everywhere, all across the ancient world. And here's what's amazing. Delousing was actually a daily routine. People combed out each other's hair every single day. It was social. It was a way for them to take care of each other. And the design worked so well that it barely changed in thousands of years. The fine-toothed lice comb you can buy today is almost identical to the ancient one. We didn't improve it. They got it right the first time. Which brings us to the strangest truth of all. Think about what ancient humans were working with. No microscopes, no biology, no germ theory. They couldn't see a single parasite. They had no idea worms laid eggs. No idea lice spread from person to person. They were fighting an enemy they couldn't even see. And yet, look at what they figured out. Ötzi carried a fungus that genuinely kills whipworm. He ate fern that genuinely expels parasites. The delousing combs genuinely removed lice. They didn't understand the why, but they nailed the what. Here's the part that should stop you. The whipworm Ötzi had, it still infects 500 million people today. Although we treat it with modern medicine today, the compound in Ötzi's fungus does a similar job. We spent 5,000 years developing a cure for something a man in the Alps was already treating. He was doing so with a piece of fungus in his pouch. Ancient humans didn't understand the science, but the science was working anyways. Here's where it comes back to you. We like to think we left all of this behind, that parasites are an ancient problem. They're not. 500 million people are infected right now, with the exact same worm that was inside Ötzi. We have made better medicine, better sanitation, but the enemy never left. It's the same fight ancient humans were having, just with better tools. They couldn't see what was attacking them, they didn't know why their remedies worked, but they paid attention. They passed down what helped. And some of it was genuinely right, which makes me wonder, if ancient humans could fight the things living inside of them without ever seeing them, what did they think was happening? When they got sick from something else, they couldn't see. What did ancient humans think caused disease? That's for next time. If you want to see another way ancient humans lived, and what they figured out before we did, there's one waiting for you right here.